Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you a Mind Weaver Void Reaver build guide in Baldur's Gate 3. I dare you to say that 10 times fast. This is a modded class that's now in the in-game mod manager in consoles and on PC, made by ZX10RX, and the Void Reaver specializes in 2-weapon fighting. So the Psionic Warden, 1-weapon fighting, Force Blade is heavy armor and probably a 2-handed weapon. Astral Seer is a spellcaster, and the Void Reaver is 2 weapons. So we get our choice of cantrips and spells, and then we get this special cantrip here, the Reaver's Grace. Through the mastery of the Void elusive energies, your longswords gain the finesse property. This skillful adaptation allows you to strike swiftly, with swift agility or controlled power, bending the will. And we also get a subclass feature unlock, the ability to dual wield weapons that are not traditionally light, enhancing your combat versatility. While you cannot wield heavy weapons, the Void-bound duelist allows you to unleash a flurry of strikes with your chosen blades, channeling the power of the Void with each blow. This becomes pretty strong. So with this, we're going to be using Mind Force blades, as well as I like to go with even the Rift Slash here, so momentarily slip into the Void, reappearing mid-slash to attack your foe and deal psychic damage, and using Mind Surge will knock the target prone. The Mind Force Blades basically does a force attack and a psychic attack. What's nice is you get every single cantrip here, so don't feel like you're missing out on any of them. And for our ability scores, it's going to go with 16 Dex, 14 Constitution, 16 Intelligence, 10 Wisdom, 10 Strength, and 8 Charisma, although you can swap out the Strength for Charisma if you'd like. And then for our skill proficiencies, take Persuasion, Perception, Insight. You do need to have these all selected before you proceed, so we're just going to go with that there. This is also a class that gets some spells, so at level 1 we don't have any spells, but we get up to level 2 spells, and this actually has some pretty good ones. Now at level 2 we get our Mind Surge, which is the unique action of the Void Reaver itself, or the Mind Weaver, so you get to be able to use these and it causes mental exhaustion to you, but your spells will have different effects like knocking creatures prone. We also have the Reaver Arcana. Mastering the Reaver Arts allow you to cast Mind Reaver cantrips in melee range without disadvantage. You can toggle this on or off. Now for our next spell, there's a few good ones. The Mind Blade Apparition. Summon a Spectral Blade forged from the Psionic Energy controlled by your will. It'll hover beside you and attack for 10 turns. We also get our Cognitive Reflex, which is basically shield, but without blocking magic missile damage, and it's recolored there. And for our Cerebral Enhancement, getting an increased movement speed by 3 meters is pretty nice. Or we can add our Intelligence modifier to Initiative, or add half our Intelligence modifier to our Armor class. I'm going to go with the Mind over Matter, although the Fleet of Mind is also a pretty nice one to go with. At level 3, we get Ethereal Mastery, so you can, as a bonus action after casting a spell using Mind Surge, use a bonus action to levitate and fly. We also get the Dimensional Ambush. When you have advantage over an enemy, your single target cantrips gain the sneak attack effect. So that's huge as well, allowing us to be more of a stealthier class. For our next cantrip, we'll take Sonic Burst here. And then for the next leveled spell, Synaptic Conduit can be good, but I think it's also nice just to have the increased armor class by 5 to be able to block attacks, so we'll go with that. At level 4, we get the Voidborn. You're immune to blindness and darkness, so casting darkness, we can go and hide in it, which is huge, and this pairs well with a lot of different builds, especially if you got an evil character with the Shar Spear of Evening. And then for our first feat, I think it's best to take up our Intelligence, because this will give us a +2 to our armor class now. And then at level 5, we get our 2-weapon fighting, adding our ability modifier to the offhand of our attacks, and Void Weave. So dual wielding strikes. After doing a dual wield attack, your next cantrip can be freely cast within the same turn, so we can attack, offhand attack, and cantrip, which is huge. Actually really huge. And then for our next leveled spell, or our next cantrip, we'll go with Neural Sphere. Again, you get all of these, so it doesn't matter too much, it's your own personal preference. And we'll take Synaptic Conduit. However, Mind Shackle is nice because it can silence the target. And for our Cerebral Enhancement, Mind Strike Riposte is nice because this is basically the ability to attack whenever a target misses and deals psychic damage. Mind Resonance will give a 1d4 of psychic damage to each attack, which I think is a little bit better than the Riposte right now, so we'll go with that, because it's guaranteed damage every time you attack. At level 6, we get another spell, and we get some cool ones. We get the ability to do a Void Barrage, which is basically Scorching Ray, but with force damage into the Void, which is super nice. It pulls enemies together, and it's concentration, but it's nice. We also have Phantasmal Echo, which is like the mirror image, but it does armor class up by 2 for each, so it's up 6 armor class every time you get attacked. It does a 2d6 of psychic damage to the target. And we can also get Hold Person, which is extremely good. So we'll next take another cantrip, and we'll go with Mind Shroud there. And I think it's best to go with Parry Void Barrage here, just give ourselves another option for damage. If you freeze a target, you can deal a little bit extra damage to them, so that's a nice little synergy there. We'll take Cognitive Blade Wave, and then we'll take the Alert feat, or take our Intelligence up to 20, and take Alert at level 12. Now for this here, we'll just continue to take the Cantrip, and then we'll take Hold Person, because as I mentioned, can be very good. And then we also get some other ones like Psychic Breath, which basically bypasses immunity to psychic damage. Cerebral Amplification, which will add our Charisma modifier to our Cantrips, which is actually huge. And then the Spectral Vanish. When we get attacked, we can turn invisible, which is kind of nice. Or we can get missed by the attack once per short rest. But the Cerebral Enhancement, we're a damage dealer. More damage, the better. At level 10, we'll get another leveled spell, and I think it's good to go with Mind Shackle or the Phantasmal Echo. This lasts for 10 turns and can deal a little bit extra damage, but you don't have to take it there. At level 11, we get our final cantrip there, and then at level 12, we get our final feat. So this is where the class kind of comes together. We do have a bit of spell casting, but not a lot, as I mentioned. You can see there up to level 2 spells. We also get our Mind Surge charges, so you can use Mind Surge to be able to power up your attacks. Mind Force Blades being a very powerful one. So I guess I'd unequip my swords there, but what you want to do is you want to apply two, we're going to take 2 longswords, because that's going to be the best choice for damage there. Really any longswords, but I like the Falar Alluve there, and then also going with even the Sword of the Emperor if you want. This is a versatile weapon, so we can add both of those there. And then with this, we'll go with the Reaver's Grace, which will add our dexterity to the attack rolls instead. So that makes them a little bit more powerful. So yeah, you can see there they're both finesse weapons now. And this actually could benefit from a dip in the Thief, as this is going to be pretty powerful. You can see our Mind Force Blades here. I guess we would just go, power them up, and then be able to attack with them with the Mind Force Blades there. So it hits pretty hard. Oh, that took her out in one shot. Yeah, that hits hard. 87, above 87 health in one hit. It's crazy. Into the Void's really nice too. We got our Sonic Burst, which hits in an area of effect. So if you get surrounded by people, you can go bap and blast them with that. And it hits 36, 34. Like, that's pretty good damage. If you have the Resonant Stone, this is all doubled. So that's a highly recommend that for this build, because it can just make things a whole lot more powerful. So yeah, very strong. Always start off with these 2 here. Have your Mind Surge active, Reaver Arcana. What this looks like in terms of combat, I'll just leave camp here and we'll go into a combat encounter so you can get an idea of how this performs, because it's really strong. Using 2 longswords is crazy, and being able to attack with both of them and then also cast a cantrip afterwards is just so much fun. It's not overpoweringly broken. It's actually quite mellow in terms of its effects, but it's a fun one. If you want to go a step further, I do have the Hellrider Longbow on, but you can equip the Gaunter Mail there, which will give yourself haste. So you can haste yourself, giving yourself a little bit extra damage before, or a little bit extra power before we get into a fight. So we'll get into a combat encounter here, and since we got a good movement speed, we'll just run on up on them, and then we can make sure our Mind Surge is always equipped. We got our I guess I didn't do Mind Force Blades first, but we normally want to do that. And then we go with our Mind Force Blades here, attack, and boom, critical miss. That still hit for a good amount of damage. And then we can attack with another cantrip, so Sonic Burst might not be enough to hit there. Neural Sphere. We can also equip this so that we don't, whenever we do a cantrip, it's not giving us disadvantage. And if we have Mind Surge, we can literally do a good amount of damage with this. So Mind Surge will deal additional damage. We might just throw it at, oh, it doesn't let me do it against him, so we'll go boom, 40 damage, took her out. That's fine. So we'll just show off some of the combat, because there's actually a lot of synergy between these spells here. I don't know why she jumped over that. Oh, she's going to cast Darkness. Weird. Block. We do have a decent armor class. I guess I'll go over gear here. So I didn't change up my armor, but you'd want to go with the Armor of Agility, Mask of Soul Perception, Boots of all the armor class items, Killer Sweetheart for a critical hit, Amulet of Greater Health, 2 swords there, and the Gaunter Mail. So we got ourselves our Mind Force Blades attack again. So this uses action and bonus action. Boom. 1 hit took him out. That hit really hard. And then you can literally use that again, but we don't have the bonus action, so we're just going to use our main hand attack here. Poof, 80 damage, 44, 26, and 11. And then we get to the ability to do a cantrip. So we can do our Void Slash here if we want to. This is we can knock him prone if we weren't going to take him out. We can also do a Sonic Burst here, which is an area of effect attack. Mind Shroud. I'm just going to go with our good old Rift Slash there to you phase in and out to attack. 48 and 12. So the Resonant Stone makes this build really powerful because it'll double your psychic damage. And if she's going to cast Darkness, that's fine. I can see in darkness, so I'm not too worried about it if she throws darkness on us. So, yeah, basically you'd want to go and attack. We got our Mind Force Blades being our main damage option. But we also got, like, this, which will pull... This is going to end my haste. But normally we use this to pull enemies together. I can just run up and hit her with a Mind Force Blades, which will hopefully do a good amount of damage. Yeah, it took her out. You can see huge amounts of damage. Force and Psychic being two of the best damage types in the game. And you can see the swords look super cool with that. Mind Force Blades equipped to them. Cuts through the enemy's mind and through the power of their body. So, very strong, and it's a fun one. So, I'll just briefly go to the main city area just to show all this off a little bit more in detail. We're probably going to get wrecked there because that's not the easiest encounter unless you have a super broken build. And this is powerful, but it's not broken. So, we'll just apply our blades there. This changes our attack into a more powerful version. And then we go into our turn-based mode. We'll use this to pull everyone together. So, whoosh, into the void. And it blinds them. And then we can run into it, and we're safe. We can see. So, with that, we can also go with our offhand attack. And, probably won't take anyone out, but we'll get a good hit chance. Oof, that was pretty brutal of an attack. We'll just end combat there. They're going to get blasted. Displaced. Environmental turn. They didn't even see me, so they don't even know what's going on. That's hilarious. Oops, I end my turn. And it pulls them in again. I did not mean to do that. They're so confused. Environmental turn. I'll give it my end. And we can attack again here. So with this, he can be really stealthy. I didn't expect this to work like this. Boom, boom. Attack, attack. I probably should have just attacked once. And then we can do a Rift Slash on this one. Boom. Taking them out. They don't even know what's going on. They just keep getting pulled into this rift. No one else knows what's going on because of the darkness. Wow, I didn't expect it to actually work like that. And I'll just end all their turns, and then we'll go ahead with our... we'll just go with another attack, I guess. So, bonk. That took them out, and then our Void Slash. Boom. Wow, massacred. And that actually started a real fight, but that was fun while it lasted. That's so cool. Being able to fight in your own darkness is a lot of fun, and that's what makes this build very useful. So you can continue to drop darkness on people just like that, and get counterspelled. But yeah, Void Reaver, Mind Weaver. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit that subscribe button below if you haven't already, and I'll see y'all in the next video.